Well, I'm back again, further east on the Mojave. To be quite honest, a lot further east than I kind of planned. I was just going to screw around in Afton Canyon today. Heading eastbound. It's 20 to 4 in the afternoon. Past 3 different groups coming westbound. One of them was 5 various years of Lexus SUVs outfitted with overland stuff on them. What was interesting is 5 vehicles, 5 males. 2 of the vehicles drivers were wearing masks. So in the days of the pandemic and COVID, I guess even riding by yourself, you have the opportunity to recirculate the virus in your car. Or they were bringing in outside air and dusting out the inside of their Lexus and decided that they needed to wear masks. But it's really, really good to see people out here enjoying their public lands. I've seen 2 Subarus today, which is awesome that, you know, those folks are out here doing it, I am gonna keep going. Well, kind of tooled around the Razor OHV area. I was still a bunch of people out here camping. Now I entered the Mojave Preserve, and I didn't intend to go onto the dry lake. Something I really don't recommend doing by yourself. Earlier I talked about airing down, and gosh, I kept getting in and out of sand and thinking to myself, doggone it, get out and let the air out. And I still haven't done it. I can see the infamous rock pile out there. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just tooling along here. Out here in the middle of the dry lake is the rock pile, and generally coming east to west, you pick up a volcanic rock on the other end, and then you stand over here to the right and you make a wish and you chuck the rock onto the pile. Now we're getting into the softer part of the dry lake. The other side that I just came across from the west, gosh, it is so hard. It is shiny, like hard pack asphalt, smooth. We're waiting for a vehicle to come past. Somebody overlanding. Let's see what it is. I can't believe how far east I've come for just wanting to tool around Afton. I suspect this is going to be a longer than normal video. What is it? It looks like a Jeep Cherokee. Yes, it is. From Texas. Well, there you have it. Now, they obviously, I could just see the look on their face. They pulled up and saw the rock pile, and it's like, what in the world? You know, because unless you have the guide, it is kind of something you don't expect to see out here in the middle of a dry lake. But I've been across this dry lake where it's been extremely wet. And basically, you know, we just decided, okay, there was a bunch of us, like this is the very first time I've been on the Mojave, or a portion of the Mojave by myself, but normally, you know, we as humans travel in herds. And been out here a few times where it's been wet, and basically once you get your momentum going, you stay here in the track and you don't stop. So anyways, I believe this is a Soda Dry Lake, but in my old age, I could be wrong. I could be getting it mixed up with something else. You know, compared to everything else I've ever been on this dry lake, including the taco, this thing is just like riding in a Cadillac with all these creature comforts. Well, still making my way across the dry lake. You know, with weather in the forecast this week, you know, the dynamics change on this lake with every storm. So right now, while it's smooth driving and hard pack, I mean, right now I'm doing 35 miles an hour in the Ramba Cadillac. This can always change, and anytime you're venturing out, you know, long-standing advice since the dawn of time is always check conditions, check ahead, know before you go, you know, whether or not it's smart to go where you're going, or whether you're going to be a burden on others. Anyways, coming to you from south of Baker, California, on the historic Mojave Road. You know, let's talk about navigating this road. Gosh, the first time I ran the Mojave, you know, there was no apps, smartphones. Yes, GPS existed, so I'm sure there's people watching this that predate that in terms of being out here. But to me, it's more fun to run this road and navigate by rock cairn. Now, because we're going west to east, we look for the rock piles on the left-hand side of the road. And, you know, usually they're placed at intersections or areas where you might get a little confused. There's no rhyme nor reason how far apart the rock cairns are, because back behind me, there were several piled up all within 100 feet. There was like 4 different piles. Yes, this area is volcanic, and you can sense it in my voice. This is one of those sections where one year a bunch of us were out here, and a couple of the adults got a little rambunctious and we're going way too fast through this area. And anytime you're in an area with volcanic rocks. You know, sometimes, like if you get near the cinder cones, it's just all volcanic, and you really have your head on a swivel, and you're watching really careful. But you get out here, and there's lots of little hidden surprises. And to me, I'd rather take my time and watch what I'm doing and reduce the opportunity that I'm going to take out a sidewall. Like I said, one year we were out here, 2 vehicles within 15 minutes of each other were changing tires. You know, some people can run the Mojave over and over and over and never have a tire failure, and other people, well, it just happens. So this is one of those areas in the eastern Mojave, a lot of volcanic activity. John, he takes his time. Like I said, when it comes to these volcanic rocks, you might be able to see that rock cairn, and you might be able to see that rock cairn right there. He takes his time, and he tries not to replace tires. Even though, you know, I keep going back and forth, keep the little baby 33s, step up to 35s. Man, this little section here is just a little bit on the bumpy side. Anyways, be back in a sec. Well, here we are in the Mojave Preserve, right off the Mojave Road. West of Kelbaker Road. There's the power wagon. Hey, check out my step. And drop the phone. There's the foam pad, the sleeping bag. There's the North 40 bucket. There's the chair. I'm going to rustle up some grub. Now, that's 40 inches off the ground with those little 33s, plus another 4 inches, 44 inches. Heck, that's almost like sleeping on one of those rooftop tents on top of a Tacoma. I can make fun of tacos because I've had a 2016 since brand new. Anyways, this will be the first night in the Overlander. Well, we'll see how it goes. It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper versus something that's got all kinds of stuff all over it, getting ready for civil unrest or a natural disaster or a trek all the way to the tip of South America. This is a sleeper. And you know what? I'm just making fun. So, yes, I make a lot of wisecracks about the vehicle setup with the racks and the rooftop tents and everything bolt-on that you can imagine. I'm just jealous. I want to design something that's survival, overland, tactical, that people just got to buy and either carry or attach their vehicles. That's what I want to do, is invent something like that. Any way that you get out and enjoy the great outdoors, whether it's a Lance slide-in camper, a shell, rooftop tent on the ground, an overland trailer, a teardrop trailer, or you haul your larger RV out and you base camp and explore from there. I support everybody getting out and enjoying their public lands and just enjoying this beautiful scenery that we have out here in the West, whether it's in the eastern Mojave where I'm at, or whether you're in the Pacific Northwest. And even for those boys back east and in the South and the Midwest, it's America. Get out and enjoy it. That's going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to catch some grub and climb in the rack.